All right. Hello, everybody. This is the Scorpion Deathlock podcast. Today is October the 3rd, 2023. We've got Mike the Biz here with Mr. Mill Hustles. How's it going, boss?
Aloha.
Aloha. Oh, okay. I was like, is that the right person there? Aloha Android over here. Shout out to
Aloha Apple.
Okay, yeah, that's true also. Shout out to Tito, shout out to CV Tech, shout out to Latrell. We are live. I am currently live streaming on the B Tech channel, which is my tech channel. For those of you guys who don't know, I also run a wrestling podcast called the Scorpion Deathlock Podcast. It consists of me, Mill Hustles, Tito from Aloha Android. I think that's what it's still called. Or Bite My Tech, or I don't know. He changes the names, so it might be something different now. But shout out to him. A lot of news going on this past week in wrestling, and it's non-CM Punk related. So yeah, so let's get this going.
Not like it was a few weeks ago where CM Punk got released. Bray Wyatt, Terry Funk.
Yeah, no,
that was them all within like 96 hours. So it's a little culvert.
Yeah, that was pretty. That was a pretty rough week. I'll be honest. That was a very big week in wrestling news, also, but. If you guys looked at the thumbnail on this live stream, you'll see that obviously Edge, a.k.a. Adam Copeland, a.k.a. the Rated R Superstar, is now all elite or all in, whatever you want to call it, I guess. And
all elote?
All elote. Yeah, he's all elote. So that's going to be the biggest news. It looks like we got a few people in the house. We got Mark Smith. Good evening, Mark from Iowa. And then we got Gene, what's up, Gene? Gene, I hope you're keeping up with wrestling. I know Gene, Mr. Gene G over here is, he's a big wrestling fan also. So, I don't know. So I did watch WrestleDream, but obviously we can get into a little bit of that as far as matches goes. But obviously the big news is Adam Copeland debuted in the main event. It was Christian versus Darby Allin for the TNT Championship, which is just a shocker because that title has really meant nothing to that company ever since its debut. I probably think it meant like it hit its peak when it was either on Cody Rhodes or either when it was on Brody Lee. Also, I think that's when like people actually cared about the title. After that, it just kind of sunk.
I've never heard of a wrestling company having a title named after a channel. It's almost like, please don't boot us off. We're going to do a lot of crazy shit, but here we have a title named after you.
And the funny part is it's not just one title, it's two. They have a male version and then a female version of the title. So the female version is the TBS Championship, which was defended at WrestleDream also, but we'll get into that. But yeah, man.
I think the TBS title not only looks better, but it has more prestige.
A little bit, yeah. So I guess I want to get your thoughts and comments on Edge, aka Adam Copeland, being all elite. What do you think about that?
So before I go into that,
ranting.
Bear with me, y'all. My nose is really runny. I had too much hot sauce. I was gonna tell y'all I had a cold, but
yeah.
And also I only saw that main event. I didn't see the rest of the show, so I don't know how the rest of it was. But it's good for Edge. He's gonna a couple more years making a ton of money.
Mm-hmm.
He seemed really excited. He looked like a kid at a candy store, or whatever that cliche was.
Yeah.
I hope that they give him the right opponents because, he's pretty beat up. When he was at the Evil Empire, when he became a top guy, he was getting injured left and right. There were some severe injuries.
Oh, yeah.
So whoever works with him now, they're going to have to take a lot of care of him because he's pretty, and I don't mean this in a detrimental way, but seems pretty fragile.
Yeah, I mean, and I think it's interesting. Like, I guess my thoughts on Edge porting over was one, I really didn't think he needed to. First of all, but there was a lot of speculation of him actually signing with AEW before his last WWE stint, right? I think there was there had to be some sort of contract negotiations, him reaching out to TK or TK reaching out to him, obviously, Christian being in the company and other wrestlers that he's known throughout the years, right, being in contact with them. I just thought it felt right for him to, do the last 3 years in WWE. And even though he was not a full-time wrestler, I think he had a lot of good moments, right? That feud with, Randy Orton, where they had the best wrestling match ever. I don't know if you remember that one.
Oh goodness.
Yeah.
The first WrestleMania with COVID, wasn't it?
Yes. Hey, hold on. Give me a second. I'm going to put you on a quick hold. I got to.
All right, audience. While we wait for Mike to come back, y'all have any questions about wrestling business? I was in the wrestling business, so I can answer them for the most part.
All right. Sorry about that. I'm back. Are you still there, Mill Hustles?
Yep, I'm here.
Okay. I forget what I was saying. Sorry. I took a quick phone call. But
Yeah,
yeah.
we were talking about what we think about.
Oh, yes. I was talking about my thoughts on Adam Edge Copeland's, pretty much his stint with WWE. So, I think it was good. I don't think, I think it was kind of shitty, first of all, because of the, what happened with COVID, obviously, right? That kind of slowed down the momentum. Like, I think it could have been a lot bigger. I remember watching the Royal Rumble that year when he debuted, and everyone was marking out. I wasn't there live, even though it was in Houston, Texas, and I regret not going to that show. But I was just like, damn, I could have been there to see Edge return, right? After all of these years. And of course, he had a few high profile matches. How's it going, Nguyen Dang? By the way, thanks again for joining in. And he had his moments, with Edge, or not with Edge, with Roman Reigns. I think that was like a big one. I think it was him and Bryan Danielson before Danielson left. They had a good match at WrestleMania, I believe. It was a triple threat. And, he's just kind of been trying to help build the younger talent. His last match, obviously, I think was with, it wasn't with Grayson Waller, was I don't know if you remember that or not.
I think it was Sheamus.
It was Sheamus, yeah, which was a pretty solid match. I enjoyed it. I thought it was a very solid match. Sheamus really hasn't been around since that match. I don't know if anyone's really noticed. He's been kind of
injured.
Off air. Yeah, so and that sucks if that's the case. But regardless, he wasn't a full-time wrestler. I think they put him in the position to wrestle when he needed to be there. I think at his age, I think he's like 51 years old now, early 50s. That he doesn't really need to be wrestling a full-time schedule. Now that he's, contract was up with WWE, obviously there was big speculation that he was going to AEW. And obviously this past Sunday, if you guys watched on pay-per-view, which I did not, I didn't pay a dime. I bootlegged it like I always do. Suck it, TK. You're not going to get my money, by the way, Mr. All Elote. But anyways,
Edge should have named himself Esquina.
everyone was posting on like Twitter saying Ledge is going to appear.
Oh Lord.
Or I don't know, like something that like was like a pseudonym for like an edge, like like a corner or point. I don't know. Tip. Let's call him Tip. Like corner tip or whatever. I thought that was funny, but at the end of the day, everyone's always gonna know him by Edge. I think for me, I don't want to see Edge get hurt. I think that's one of the focal points for me, seeing him go, especially since if you guys watch the media scrum after the WrestleDream pay-per-view, he did talk about working a full schedule. So and if you listen to interviews with him over the last 6 months, he basically has only said that he's maybe got like a good year in him at the most, kind of like Bryan Danielson has said. So no one is really, at least none of the podcasts or none of the news I've listened to have actually said how long Edge has signed with the company. Obviously, it's money as well. I don't think anyone has really mentioned money. Obviously I think that plays a factor, but I don't think at this point in his career that's super important to him. So I know he's going to get paid more than six figures. He's going to get paid seven figures. Probably not. I don't think he's going to get that CM Punk money. That's for sure. What do you think about that?
Well, I doubt it because
Yeah.
CM Punk moved the needle way more than he did in both companies.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, if he's getting equal or more than CM Punk, that's a little strange to me. But, just because he's going to be there every week, I mean, does that necessarily mean he's going to wrestle every week?
No, that's true. I mean, obviously,
I'm sure he'll have a promo, maybe a match every 2 or 3 weeks, but I'm sure he'll have a regular promo or some kind of interaction. Maybe he'll attack someone will attack him,
Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty positive that he's gonna probably start off slow with his buddies FTR, in a few tag team matches, kind of get the feel. I think I mean, it's going to be interesting, right? If you guys watch the media scrum, they pretty much every interviewer was asking every person that was being interviewed, guys like Chris Jericho, guys like Kenny Omega, even his best friend in the world, Christian. So, and I don't know if you watched the media scrum. Christian basically said that he was just kind of surprised, but he didn't care that he showed up, basically, which, obviously, that's not
staying
true.
In character.
I loved that he didn't break kayfabe, by the way. Like, people do not give Christian enough credit when he's a bad guy, because, like, he's a really good bad guy.
Who used to have really good media scrums, and they don't have a lot of views, I think? NXT, when they would have those 6-way media scrums.
Yeah.
They were hilarious, especially on behalf of the heels.
Uh-huh.
Because they would just talk crap to each other in the whole room and say how great they were.
Yeah. And, like, I enjoy the media scrums like that AEW does to some degree. And I know WWE does this also. They don't do it. I don't think they do it for every event now. I think it's only like big pay-per-view events or premium live events, whatever you want to call them. But I think it's pretty cool that they do that, give the wrestlers some recognitions, right? Let the wrestlers talk about what's going on.
I didn't get that far into it. I only watched Edge and MJF's part. I love how he said Edge, and then what's his name? TK was like and then what's his name rolled his eyes. You remember that part?
Wait, repeat that one more time.
When MJF accidentally said Edge instead of Adam Copeland, and
TK
was like,
and TK was like, whoa, someone's gonna sue us for royalties over here, right? No,
I like how he didn't break character.
The
rest of that scrum, how many times did TK Kirkland, Tony Khan? They have the same initials.
Yeah.
How often did he say great? It's going to be great. Great. Drink every time he says great.
Probably 100 times plus. And you're right. I saw him sipping on something every 2 seconds there. But
if he doesn't say great, he's going to give you a hug.
He basically hugged everybody, by the way. So in that scrum. But yeah, no, I'm not
Vince McMahon don't hug everybody.
He does not. He'll only hug you if he thinks he did it, if you did a fucking great job. And in this case, like, I've seen backstage interactions with him, and when that stuff doesn't go down, and believe me, the wrestlers do not like that. That's for sure.
Yeah. Would you let TK give you a hug?
Well, I mean, if I'm going to be put on the payroll, then sure, he can hug me whenever he wants, I guess. Yeah. I mean, did you see the media scrum part where Christian Cage called out Brian Alvarez from the Wrestling Observer?
Was Brian was there, wasn't he? Because he
was there. Yeah.
I didn't see that part. I'll watch it though. What did he say?
So Brian Alvarez starts to basically question him about the match or whatever, but Cage basically just starts saying, like, he starts giving him shit, saying like, oh, because I guess Alvarez starts talking about the young guy that that went heel. His name's Nick Wayne, I think. And he Brian Alvarez starts talking about his dad, and of course Christian's gonna
Buddy
go
Wayne.
stay Buddy Wayne, yeah, and he's gonna start talking all the shit about the father, saying how whatever, blah blah blah, right? But then he was like, oh. He's like, did you give that a 5-star match? Like, did you give me a 5-star match? Like, he just started like giving him crap about like the star ratings in general. You know what I mean?
Wrestling Observer.
Because a lot of wrestlers do not give a shit about the star ratings, dude. They do not.
Of course not.
Yeah, and it's all very
that
subjective.
That doesn't mean a bigger paycheck. So what the fuck does that matter?
They're not the ones paying them.
Andre the Giant and Hulk Hogan had a 5-star match? No.
Yes.
I thought it was a good match though.
Oh yeah, no, yeah, it was a decent match. Wait, we're talking about Christian and Allen, or we're talking about Andre versus Hogan?
No, Christian and Darby.
Okay, yeah, it was
off of it.
Yeah, no, yeah, I was like, because you had mentioned Hogan, so, but anyways, it was just so funny. I was cracking up so hard when he was basically talking shit to Brian Alvarez, and nothing against Brian Alvarez. Those guys are getting paid, so. It is what it is.
Everything against Brian Alvarez.
Well, I'm sure a lot of people don't like him and Dave Meltzer, and for good reason. For Schmeltzer. But anyways, I guess any other comments on the whole Adam Copeland thing before we move on to the next bit of the podcast here?
Nah, if I remember something, I'll go back.
Okay, so quick question, and this I had a friend just message me about this. We have Isabel in the chat. Thanks again for joining in, by the way. I don't know if you heard that something's going to happen tomorrow where like everyone's phone is going to go off like at the exact same time. Have you heard anything about that?
I haven't, but yeah. I remember when Donald Trump was president, he did the same thing. It was like an emergency alert test.
Yeah, I think it's going to be like an emergency alert. I think it's, from what I heard, I think MKBHD was talking about it. It's every 3 years, apparently. Yeah. So tomorrow, I think it's going to be at 2:00 Eastern, which my time, it'll be 1:00. So Isabel, if you're still there, I know you were asking about that. How do you say it'll be at 1:00, I think. So that it's going to be just like a notification to your phone. I don't know exactly what it's going to say.
No, and I remember a week before the official one, it went off by accident in Hawaii. Like they got an alert that some kind of missile a ballistic missile was about to hit a part of the island, and everybody started freaking out. And then like not long later, they were like, "Oh no, that was false alarm. Someone sat on the button or something by accident."
Yeah. Oh god, that would be scary if anything like that happened, honestly. Judgment Day, like, it's like watching the Terminator over here. Shit.
Oh god.
All right. On to the next topic here. And then for those of you guys who are still watching, Nguyen, Isabel, Gene, if you're still there, thanks again for being here. Please smash that like button. If you haven't already checked out the Scorpion Deathlock podcast channel, please watch on that channel so we can get more viewers on there. I don't really care about the B-Tech channel. The B-Tech channel is kind of dead at this point. So, now that I'm no longer a part of Team Pixel, but we'll talk about that later, I guess.
Are you going to speak about that at the media scrum? Hey, B-Tech. So we saw the news that you're no longer part of Team Pixel.
I'm going to do my own media scrum.
Yeah.
And I'm going to just rant. I'm going to rant like your best friend JD from NY over here. Anyways, so second topic of conversation today, and thank you for, always sending these out to me. AEW needs to cool down on big signings. So, I mean, I think that should be the case. I definitely agree with you. I think it's going to be hard for TK not to sign talent that is going to benefit their company, because I feel like they're just getting cheap ratings for a little bit, and then it kind of just goes away.
The wrestling business since its inception in time is always, it doesn't matter how tight money is.
Yeah.
If there's a big, like a free agent that was, either had a look, good worker, or was a main eventer, there's always going to be another competitor trying to sign them.
Yeah.
And, that's normal. That's part of the business. It always has been. The reason that I pick Tony Khan in particular to slow down is because he needs to develop his current roster. Like, come on, dude. Like, give it, like, I get it. And that's one part of the business he understands. If they could bring you some money, bring them in. But the thing about it is, you're booking a shit show.
Yeah.
You're barely drawing. So why are you going to bring somebody else in when, you need to wait, dude? Like, I can't believe I'm saying that. But,
I mean, it's true. I think he needs to reevaluate what he's doing with the money as far as that goes, right? Obviously, they just signed, something with Warner Discovery, and starting next year, also not on the topics that you sent me, but they will somehow incorporate the I don't know if it's just the show in general or if it's just going to be their pay-per-views on HBO Max or Max, whatever you want to call it, I guess.
Oh, has that been confirmed?
I had read about it somewhere. I don't know if it's been confirmed, but I read about it somewhere. So if I read about it, it's true.
He had a media call.
Yeah.
And he said that there are options, but some of them want to do a trial basis. And he was like, no, we're not doing a trial. If you want to do something, it has to be long-term because we've been successful. And to an extent, he has.
Yeah.
So, I agree with him in that situation.
Well, for me, it's just, again, he needs to just really watch what he's doing with the money at the end of the day. Because, I mean, you never know. They might offer him less money the next time around. Especially because, I don't know, just the way the economy is right now, a lot of these, major, media companies like Warner Discovery, they're losing money, and people don't realize that they're actually losing a lot of money. I think a while back I had read a couple months back that they lost like so much money over like the past year already. So I'm just like, well, they're not going to be pouring that into like AEW, you know what I mean? So it's going to go.
I wouldn't be surprised if AEW is their number one show or top 10.
Probably, now that the NBA season, or is the NBA season on again? I don't even freaking know. MLB is done for the regular season. NBA is not going to kick off for a little bit, I think. So it's like, they don't really have any major sporting shows going on right now. But I think once they get stuff back into there, that we're going to start seeing lower viewership. Just depending on the days, obviously. But I guess the cool thing for AEW is if they get knocked out, they're going to just move the show to another day, basically, like they would do with Rampage or Collision. Let's see. We got a few comments here. Hold on. Gene says Seth asked Michael Cole how long he had been at the commentary desk, and Cole said 26 years. And how many shows have you missed? And Seth asked, and Cole said 2. That is a very impressive feat by Michael Cole, by the way. Seth Rollins.
Oh yeah, well that is true. He's been there every week. The only time he's been gone is when he quote unquote got attacked by Brock Lesnar.
Yeah.
They gave him a vacation.
Yeah, which the guy deserves a whole year off, if I could be 100% honest.
I don't know what the other reason was that he wasn't there.
I think
it was like.
Yeah, no, well, I think Michael Cole at this point, he's already getting towards the end of his career, right? I think we all know that he's probably wanting to retire pretty soon. He can probably leave whenever he wants. Obviously, with the merger now, who knows if things are going to change with TKO taking over. Michael Cole, it seems like he's kind of been grooming a lot of these other people that have been on the microphone, right? To be in the position to take over, in any case that he leaves. So
yeah, he could transition to being a producer. Vince produces him, and not only that, if he decides to leave wrestling anytime soon, which I doubt he will for like another 4 or 5 years, he can always go back to news. He came from news.
I don't think that'll happen, honestly. I think he'll some way always, be or work with WWE, or, just like everybody else, they start their own podcast channel and just do their own thing. You know what I mean?
I'm going to tell you something I read on the Wrestling Observer newsletter, which my brother forced on me.
Oh gosh.
Because, when you pick it up, I start I use it as potting soil since it's full of dirt. Anyway.
I thought you were going to say toilet paper, but okay.
Nah. That's too common.
That's too nice.
I heard that he's in negotiations with a company in Texas called HEB.
Oh God!
They're going to start a new thing called HEW, here everything is wrestling.
Oh gosh, you always got to make fun of me about where I work. That's okay. Isabel is asking, do you guys know each other in person? No, we have actually never met in person, but we have known each other for a few years through our online community, right? Which is the tech community. That's how we met. I don't even remember how I met you. I think probably through one of CV Tech streams, maybe, or one of Tito's, or maybe Magic Tech's.
Bro,
MTR.
I was watching your channel way before I met you.
Oh wow, okay, there you go.
When you were doing the Virgin Mobile reviews, the cheap
this
tech
is like,
reviews.
Yeah, this is like 2000 and between 2012 and like 2015. Then right there, that's when I started doing that, and I can't believe it's already been 10 plus years since I started.
When you were still
YouTube.
Budget Tech.
When I was still, well, I think when I first started the channel, I was calling it VM reviews or something like that. I'm like, hey guys, this is Mike with VM Reviews, and today we're going to look at the Samsung Galaxy S2, because I think at the time I got Boost Mobile or Virgin Mobile to send me out an S2, and that video got like 50,000 views at the time. So pretty cool, I guess, you know what I mean, for them to do that. I think besides being a part of Team Pixel, which I still am a part of Team Pixel, guys, but I unfortunately was not offered a go around on this next set of phones, which is the Pixel 8 Pro, right? We'll see how it goes. I don't know if they're maybe just, maybe they're just doing it in waves now, opposed to sending it to everybody at once, because I know they have done that in the past. So but yeah, I've known you for a pretty long while. Also, I want to say it's been more than a couple of years of pre-COVID, right?
Oh yeah, way before pre-COVID. Hell, probably since like 2015, maybe.
Yeah. Okay. So then, yeah, it's been longer. It's been a little more than that, I guess. 2015 is pretty crazy.
John Magic Tech lives 6 hours from me, and I still haven't met him in person.
That's crazy.
He's always giving me crap about that.
Oh, he's like, why don't you come visit me so we can do a live stream together? Blah blah blah.
Right.
Yeah, what's funny about that? I think there was another YouTuber that lives in his area that actually like met with him when he was doing a live stream. I forget the guy's name, but I think he freaked out because he ended up like knowing where John was, and he ended up like finding him, I guess, while he was out doing like his scooter videos back in the day.
Well, that's weird.
Yeah, I forget what I forget what the guy's channel was. I think it's, I don't know if you've seen his channel, Tech-Twan B. Tech-Twan, he does like phone unboxings and everything also.
I'm familiar.
Yeah, so shout out to Tech-Twan if you watch. I don't think I've seen him in my channel in a while, but all right. So moving on from CM Punk staying away. I'm not sorry, not CM Punk. TK staying away from signing more big names, I guess, or just staying away from it. Next topic of conversation is Gunther, aka the Intercontinental Champion, in WWE. So we're kind of straying away from AEW now. He's kind of just on a roll, right? But at the same time, as you put in your topic there, has he plateaued as the Intercontinental Champion? What do you think?
I mean, I think he has. He already beat the Honky Tonk Man's record, which they were building. Like, what is he doing now? I mean, he had a match with Tommaso Ciampa.
Yeah.
Whatever.
And the thing about that is, like, he had a feud with him. He's had some good feuds. The one prior to that was with Chad Gable, right? Whoever else, the list goes on. He's pretty much beaten everybody that there is to beat in both Raw and SmackDown, because he was on SmackDown before he transitioned to Raw. So it's like you have somebody as champion for so long, right? 500 plus days already, and you just don't have anyone to match him up against, right? And it's not like you can just throw jobbers at him like every week, like on some other programming.
It's time to move him up, even if he stays Intercontinental Champ.
Yeah,
I think I mentioned in our last stream that he's one of my candidates to win the Rumble.
Yeah, and I was at the Rumble this past year, so I got to see him, fight all 60 minutes of it this past year. It was very fun to watch. It was fun to watch him go face to face with Brock Lesnar, guys like that. Who knows? I guess what the next feud that they're going to put him in. Now that he beat Ciampa, I don't know if that's going to go anywhere. Obviously, Johnny Gargano, if you watched Raw, he he made his presence at the end of Raw. Not that anybody cared. Michael Cole mentioned DIY, right? Not that
again. Jesus Christ! Look, I like them.
Yeah,
I like Tommaso and Johnny.
Mm-hmm.
The problem is that they've been DIY and they've turned on each other so many times already. You know, Tommaso turned on him first.
Yeah.
Then he got injured. He got that ankle injury that put him out for quite a while. It was really bad. And then he comes back, and then Johnny gets injured, and then they both come back, and then Johnny turns on him.
Yeah.
And then they reunite again, and then I can't. My chronological order is all off, but you get the gist of it.
Yeah. So the thing with them is it's kind of like a relationship that Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn have, right? Kind of like a a brothership. It's kind of like an Edge and Christian type deal, or a like Dudley Boys, people that were tag teams in the past and other promotions together. They came up in the business together. They were pretty successful in the NXT phase of their career, though, when it was still black and gold. I think that their feud was very fun to watch. And then I don't know, ever since both of them got called up to the main roster, it's just been one of those deals where I don't think that it's just nothing has really been sticking for them. I know Johnny Gargano had his thing with the Miz for a little bit. And that weird guy with the mustache, I already forgot his name because he hasn't been on TV for a couple months already. Really nothing has happened for them. I know he was injured for a little bit, Gargano, and then that he had been cleared to come back for a while now, to my knowledge. So
and Tommaso Ciampa's another guy that he's breaking down too. He's had neck injuries, ankle injuries, elbow injuries, all sorts of them. I don't know how much longer he can go. And he had, if I'm not mistaken, this is what I wanted to say about Edge. He had a similar neck injury.
Yeah.
The difference is that with Edge, his neck injury was so bad he had to have a procedure done where they literally cut his neck from the front, his throat area.
Okay.
That's how bad it was. They had to fuse it from the front. That's just absolutely horrifying to think of.
Oh no, yeah. I can't ever begin to fathom what these people go through as far as pain and their injuries go. It's crazy what they go through, and the fact that Edge came back was a miracle as well. Just like guys like Bryan Danielson with his head issues as well. And who knows, Big E apparently, if you guys watched last year when he had that fall and he broke his neck as well. I know that doctors are saying that he should never get back in the ring, but you never know. I mean, we'll see what happens.
I can't remember who it was. I don't know if it was him, Bobby Roode, or somebody else.
Yeah.
That they're probably just gonna make him a producer.
That would make sense. You know what I mean?
They don't want to risk him being in the ring. I can't remember exactly who though.
Yeah, because I know Bobby Roode is starting to do the producing role, and I think they brought in, to my knowledge, Nick Adolis from NWA. That's Mickie James' husband, right?
Yeah.
They've been kind of testing him out in the producer role as well. I guess. I mean, that's interesting, I guess, but I think the guy could probably still go in the ring if he wanted to. But going back to the injuries, I don't know. I just hope Edge doesn't get hurt in AEW. That's one thing that I don't want to see. If you guys have seen other talents, Jon Moxley just recently got dropped on his head. We already talked about that on the last stream. Bryan Danielson broke his arm already in a match. He was out for a few months. Luckily, he was back.
For the broken arm?
Yeah, he had a broken.
I think it was a few months or a few weeks.
He was out for, I think, a couple months. He had been out since
because I know he re-hurt something.
He was out since before All In, so I think he had gotten hurt at the pay-per-view before All In. So he had been out for about 8 weeks, I want to say. But if you guys look at veteran wrestlers that had came in, guys like CM Punk, right? Obviously, it didn't take him long to get hurt. Adam Cole, who didn't even have to wrestle to get hurt. Apparently, he just broke his ankle running to the ring. I don't know if you guys saw that this past week or not, but the guy literally broke his ankle in like 3 spots. A lot of people think it's a work, though. Some people think that it might be a work in some cases.
His girlfriend showed a picture, and that looked really crazy.
Yeah, she did post on the X app, aka Twitter, right? And And my thing on that is she could also be throwing that in as a work as well. Because I mean, she is a wrestler. Some of these wrestlers actually like to stay in kayfabe and kind of, and I respect the wrestlers that do that. She is a dentist in real life. I don't know if she has her own practice, but she's doing
I'd love her to check my cavity.
Right, I need to go get a crown in one of my molars over there. So I might be making a trip to Pittsburgh very soon. Scheduling an appointment. I'm just kidding.
No, she works. She doesn't have her own practice.
Yeah,
she works for someone.
Okay,
and
let's see.
Based on what she said, to get off subject real quick.
Wow, look at this. Look at this. Look at this guy over here.
Wow. She's very happy doing that. Like they afforded her the schedule to do both, which both play crazy dinero.
Yeah.
Which is why I don't think we'll ever see her in WWE.
Oh yeah, that's very true. She probably doesn't need to wrestle at all, but she does it because she loves it. And I that's the thing. Like, I'm not a huge Britt Baker fan, but I love that she respects and loves the business, right? And I don't know. I don't see her being. I mean, like, people put her on such like a pedestal. I don't have her there. I don't think she's even in the top 5 of their best female wrestlers in the company right now.
I think she's a great promo.
She's good on the mic. She knows how to work the crowd. I'll give her that, right? But like put her in the ring with someone like a Charlotte Flair, and let's see how far that goes. Like, honestly.
Yeah.
Or not a Mercedes Moné, of course, because we're probably never going to see that because she's never going to be uninjured.
While we're on the subject of the girls, Disco Inferno, I don't know if I brought this up in a previous stream about Bianca Belair's work.
Wait, can you repeat that one more time? What about Bianca Belair's work?
Disco Inferno. He made a really good point about her, and I've kind of noticed it myself.
Okay, what did he say? Because I know he has a podcast.
He with the homie Conan. He said that Bianca Belair, her athleticism is so top tier, and we're not just talking wrestling, just in general.
Oh yeah,
that she makes the girls look bad. So especially the inexperienced ones.
Yeah,
like if the longer the match goes, the more the flaws of her opponent are going to show if they haven't been wrestling that long.
I agree. I think she came in I think she was not just a collegiate athlete, but she was like I don't know if she was an Olympian to any degree, but I know she did like powerlifting, and she did like she has like a gymnastics background, track and field stuff like that, right? So I mean, she obviously, even when she came into NXT, like I knew she was going to be someone that was going to move to the top of the company very quickly. And if you guys have paid attention over the last 5 years, it didn't take her long to be a multi-time women's champion already, and they kept the belt on her for a year, all of last year up until WrestleMania.
I'm gonna be here to rant and rave. Now, Bianca Belair has she has a ton of potential.
Yeah,
I think that she could be a megastar. That we haven't had a megastar in wrestling in a very long time.
Yeah, I don't know. I like her. I like her work. I'm not sold on her just
promos.
Yet. Yeah, her promo. I think, I don't know why. I think she would play a better heel than a face. You know what I mean?
Well, I think she could, but she's still super charismatic.
She is, and I think she's like a sweetheart, like in my opinion. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But like it's one of those deals where like you don't piss off the sweetheart, because then you're like, shit's gonna go down. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like there's been kind of a little bit of couple of hints here and there where you see kind of like that bitch attitude come out a little bit. You
frustration.
Know what I mean? I wouldn't say frustration, but it kind of reminds me of Jade Cargill in a sense, where like she can be like that bitch if she wants to be. And I would like to see more of that. She's obviously been taking some time off, right? I think, and it was announced, I don't know if this is completely 100% true or not, but some other company or some sort of media outlet posted that Jade is going to be on Raw. She will be exclusive to Raw, to my knowledge on that. So. EU.
Dude, I don't. The Raw is the flagship show. I know the outsiders say it's SmackDown.
Yeah.
Which that's fine, but if you were actually there, it's Raw because Raw makes more money than SmackDown.
Yeah.
I don't know if she would be ready for Raw just yet.
Well,
most of the guys, I don't know if you noticed, but a lot of the guys that get called up, they get sent to SmackDown first.
Yeah, I mean that's
I just
usually
feel like it's
how
less
it was.
Pressure.
I think that's how it usually was over the last 20 years, but now I've been kind of seeing. I feel like we've been seeing the opposite to a certain degree. So if you look at talents like Johnny Gargano, right? He debuted on Raw. He didn't debut on SmackDown. Guys like Ricochet, when they got their call ups, it was on Raw. It was not on SmackDown, right? Now, of course, with SmackDown being on Fox, I feel like there's more eyes on Fox because it's not. It's not one of those networks that, people have to pay to go watch, like the USA Network. You have to have some sort of cable or satellite provider to watch the USA Network, but not with Fox. And I was kind of surprised when they announced that Fox or that SmackDown will be moving back to the USA Network. So I guess since we're on this specific topic, right? Do you think that there's going to be a chance that Raw gets moved from the USA Network to another outlet now?
I mean, it's happened once before.
Yeah, everyone remembers that they had a stint on TNN or Spike TV, whatever you want to call it, for a few years, and I think they did fairly well on that specific channel. And I know for a little bit, I think SmackDown was on Sci-Fi, if I'm not correct on that, also, right?
I know ECW was on Sci-Fi.
Oh yeah, yes. I'm sorry. Excuse me on there, but yes, it was on Sci-Fi. So, they've been kind of going back and forth every now and then. If there's a sporting event, Fox will move SmackDown to FS1 or something like that. Which
why?
Again,
who watches FS1?
I don't even have that channel, so. But
I don't think I've ever went to the channel FS1.
So
there's a rumor. Well, not a rumor. It's just a speculation that they said Raw could move from Monday. I don't think that's going to happen. But
what is this? Latrell saying he missed Raw last Monday. Do we need to get Latrell into the chat here so we can talk about?
I missed this last Monday Night Raw. You didn't miss a lot, man.
Yeah, you didn't. It really was a boring Raw. But you know what, Latrell? Let's go ahead and send him a link. Let's see if he wants to get in. If he wants to get in. Let's see if Latrell wants to join in on the chat here. Do I even still have Latrell over here? Hold on. Let's see. Oh yeah, I still got Latrell over here. Let's see. But yeah, anyways, Latrell, if you're not busy and you want to join in for a few, you can join in. Let's get into the next topic of conversation, though, while we're still here, while I'm still awake, because I am getting sleepy. We got a few more left. You sent me about 7 of them, and we've only done 3 of them.
We can fly through them. That's all right.
Yeah, we can fly through them.
Sleepy myself.
Oh yeah, I know you're on the East Coast over there. So topic of discussion number 4: how to get the belt off Roman Reigns without pinning him. Oh,
easy. Do a triple threat match.
Yeah,
have somebody have a group of wrestlers just beat him up and prevent him from getting back in the ring.
Yeah.
And have the whoever else in the ring go over.
I think personally, I wouldn't want to see that, though, just because he's had the title for so long, and we're all pretty positive that he's going to hold the title until WrestleMania 40. Now, if you guys go back the last 20 years, right, WrestleMania 30 triple threat, right? It was Triple H, it was I believe Batista, and it was Bryan Danielson. I think it was those 3. Or no, it was Randy Orton. I'm sorry. Randy Orton, Batista, Daniel Bryan, or Bryan Danielson, whatever you want to call. And then at WrestleMania 20, we had
HB Daniel Bryanson.
Yeah, sure, why not? Who else did we have? WrestleMania 20, don't knock on me. We had Benoit. I believe it was
oh my God!
It was Triple H.
A horrible person.
I'm a horrible person. Cancel me right now. Cancel me right now. It was Benoit. I believe it was who was it? It was Benoit. I think it was.
I don't want you to get demonetized, so just refer to him as.
Oh gosh, but it was Benoit. I believe it was. Was it Angle? No, Angle wasn't in that main event. It was I know Triple H was in that match because I think Triple H went in as champion, if I'm not correct, at WrestleMania 20. I think it was HBK, Triple H, and Benoit in that triple threat match. Quote me if I'm wrong on that, guys, because I really don't remember. But yeah, so if you look at the last, those specific WrestleManias 20, 30, now we're going on WrestleMania 40. I could see something like that happening in a triple threat, right? Maybe a Rock and maybe a Cody Rhodes or something. Cody Rhodes eventually transferring to SmackDown because, if you guys have been paying attention to Raw, they did get who the hell did they get recently? That they said that they had to basically end up trading somebody to SmackDown because of it. It was Jey Uso. Since Jey Uso left the Bloodline, we are seeing we're gonna eventually see somebody move from Raw to SmackDown. I'm thinking it's gonna be a Cody Rhodes. We'll see how that plays out. I think they're gonna probably try to stretch that to Survivor Series, and then once Survivor Series passes, then we'll probably see Cody on the blue brand.
I'm hoping that they move Nia Jax to WWE unemployment.
Yeah, I mean, who knows? I mean, we'll see how many more people she hurts.
If she worked at HEB, she'd probably throw the grocery bags at people on purpose.
Yeah, she'll probably fill the grocery bags with soap bars and start smacking people with them or something.
Right.
Like that. Yeah. Anyways,
I know that wasn't funny. That was a fail.
Yeah, I know. You're canceled, Mill Hustles, but going back, that's pretty much the only way I could see them taking the belt off. Now, if they decide to go Rock and Roman, I don't know why. I think Rock is going to retain, but in any case, if he does lose, like let's say for instance, The Rock does show up, and they do have a feud that leads up to WrestleMania.
I don't think he should lose.
You don't think Roman should drop the belt to
not
The Rock?
To The Rock. But what is just like somebody said on Twitter, Edge has accomplished everything. What is there to do now?
True. Rock doesn't. I mean, Rock is a Grand Slam champion himself, from what I know. I think, or he might be missing like 1 or 2 titles. Well, in his era, they didn't have the United States Championship back then. At least I don't remember if they did or not. But he was European Intercontinental Champion. He was Tag Team Champion.
He was Intercontinental. He was WWF.
WWF.
He was Tag Team. He was WCW.
Yeah. And then the world. He was the world champion.
Yeah.
I think after they transitioned the WCW champion to the world title, he was the world title champion as well. He was the undisputed champion when the belts merged. But I think we could all say at this point that The Rock was a Grand Slam champion.
You got to have 4 championships or better.
Yeah, I think so. And he's held pretty much all the titles.
What would happen if they said, well, you know what? These belts, like, what if he wanted to add a belt to his collection and he said, I want Seth Rollins' belt too?
I really like to
create another title.
I really do like the new world title replica. If I can, I would get my hands on it. We'll see one of these days if my income tax money is big enough next year. Maybe I'll buy it. I think it's like a $400 or $500 belt, so it is pricey.
No, like if Roman was to win that belt from Seth Rollins, what do you think? Of course, they'll have to create another one. What do you think they would name it? You can't do World. You can't do Universal.
They should just name it.
They should just. Title?
I was gonna say they should call it the Galactic Championship or whatever, because they already had the Universal title in that. I mean, I guess that's still with Roman Reigns. It's technically the Unified Universal Championship now. That is the WWE title. Roman Reigns' title, now that it's unified, is back to the WWE Championship, whether you want to call it that or not.
Undisputed.
It's
Universal.
How could you call a title undisputed when you have somebody on another show as a champion, though? That's my question. So, but anyways, yeah, I mean, if they randomly make a championship, I think they would call it like the Galactic Super McCheeseburger Championship or something like that. I guess I don't know. I don't know.
Beyond the Universal. Beyond the Universe Heavyweight Champion.
Beyond the galaxy, beyond the Milky Way galaxy, or the we'll call it the Pluto Championship, or the
wormhole title,
the Uranus Championship, the Uranus. But anyways,
the
wormhole title would be good also. Let's see.
I've been watching the outer limits, so I'm learning
Oh,
a
yeah.
lot of these things.
Oh wow, yeah. No, I used to be big into Star Trek when I was younger, but not so much anymore. Whoa. Okay, let's see. I'm trying to go back to our chat here so I can go on to the next topic of convo. So let's move on to topic number 5 here. I sent Latrell a link, by the way. I don't know if he's too busy to join in. So Latrell, you have maybe a good 20, 30 minutes to join in. If not, sorry, buddy. And let's go back to the chat here really quick. Gene says Seth and Roman will not go for the title. Seth wants the opponent. I can't pronounce his name. I don't know. I know Shinsuke Nakamura, which will happen at Fastlane. We can maybe get into that a little bit. I like heel. I like heel Nakamura. I think they should bring back the music he had before, which was kind of like a Japanese rap music. Or it wasn't Japanese rap, but it was like his music with like K-pop? Japanese. Yeah, no, it's not K-pop. I mean, well, he's from Japan, so there's no K-pop. It would be J-pop. It would be J-pop. Yeah, it would be J-pop. But no, it was like
I can't tell the difference sometimes when I listen to both.
Yeah, it's kind of true. Some are very similar to one another. But anyways, okay, I'm like spaced out here. Like, next topic of conversation: why LA Knight should not be the WWE champion until early of 2025. So that's not next year, but that's the year after that. So do you want to see LA Knight struggle? Is that the question?
Well, yeah, the chase.
Mm-hmm.
Have him have him scratch and claw his way there.
Yeah.
To help him get over even more. And that's just going to make his title win even more special. I feel like because he's really started this whole LA Knight being super over.
Yeah.
Which, okay, that's fine if they think that. That's still new. It's not like he's been over for a year and a half or 2 years or longer.
Mm-hmm.
So they have to really, be careful with that.
It is fresh, starting from last year up until now. He started kind of getting more crowd reaction, at the beginning of this year, right? When he got bumped up, he was just, Max Dupree, and then, Max Dupree died and he became LA Knight.
That was hilarious, by the way. Yeah. I love that gimmick.
I like the gimmick. Yeah, I really thought he could have made that gimmick work, but I guess, backstage stuff, prevented that. But anyways.
Hey, let me ask you something, Mike. Do you get tired of my HEB jokes?
No, I think they're pretty funny, and they're not. I don't think they go over the. I don't think they go way past the line. So I like that.
They'll never do that. Let me ask you something.
HEW.
Has there ever been an employee at HEB that had a big, firm nose like LA Knight and got into a face of a customer and said, "This ain't Walmart"?
Oh God, no, I have not. That would be hilarious though. And then they would say, "Yeah." They're like, "You want to go to Walmart?" "Yeah." Over here. So, but yeah, my reactions or my thoughts on LA Knight, transferring or I guess rising to the top was, first of all, it's got to be Cody first before anybody else. I think that's what needs to happen if it happens. Oh snap! Hello, do we got someone there in the background? Let's take a look here. I don't know if we can we get this guy in? Oh, look at that! Who's wearing a CM Punk shirt over there also.
My what?
No, you're not wearing a CM Punk shirt. That's a Chicago tee, I'm assuming.
Flag shirt, yeah.
Yeah, but CM Punk, you know who CM Punk is. He represents the Chicago flag on most of his t-shirts. That's why. So, because that's his hometown. So,
what do you think about LA Knight, though? What I just said.
Are you asking me or are you asking Latrell now?
Either or.
Well, I think it should be a while. Also, I don't know exactly how long it should be, though. I think right now they're still kind of getting his feet wet with the. I think WWE is experimenting with him and the talent that they're putting him up against, right? Seeing if the crowd reaction sticks, right? I feel like the last couple of interactions have not been very good, at least in my opinion, where like they're just like, yeah, LA Knight, like he could keep a crowd though. Like, it's just like, early 2000s, late 90s Rock and Stone Cold where he can kind of gravitate and work the crowd, but it also needs to lead to good stories, right? You can be a good person with the crowd, but you also have to build and have good stories with your opponent. And I don't think that he has had a very good, meaningful opponent just yet, at least this year.
He hasn't. He needs a good heel to work with.
Yeah, he needs somebody really good to work with.
Here's another thing. I hate that running elbow drop of his.
Oh.
It looks like a child dropping an elbow on his little brother or little sister. That's what it looks like to me. You know,
Mm-hmm.
like some backyard stuff, like or your big cousin just picking on you. Oh, I'm gonna run and drop an elbow on you. Just he needs to drop that. My opinion.
Well, I don't know. What are your thoughts on LA Knight? If you're familiar with him, Latrell.
I mean, I'm not too familiar with him. I mean, I know of him. I've seen
Yeah.
some of his performances, but I'm not.
No real comment on him. So yeah, same here. I
I mean,
haven't
you know
really.
what? You know what his favorite shoe brand is?
What?
LA Gear. You know where he works out at?
At what? LA Fitness.
Yep.
Oh.
You know what his favorite baseball team is?
The Dodgers, obviously.
Nope. San Francisco Giants.
Oh my god. Whatever, dude. Whatever. Hey, Latrell, I don't know. I mean, I don't know if you follow basketball or not. Have you been seeing the whole Jimmy Butler memes and stuff going around recently or no?
Yeah, I mean, yeah,
with his emo hair, I fucking love it, dude. I fucking love that shit right now. He's dressing up like a goth or like a goth punk now guy.
Yeah,
I freaking love
black
it,
nails
dude.
and everything.
Yeah, dude.
You
I
gotta
freaking love
wait.
it.
Did
I'm not familiar with that.
You saw the Stephen A. Curry one?
No, was he doing that also or what?
Why did I say Stephen A. Curry? What the fuck? Stephen A. Smith.
Oh no. If you don't know do you know who I'm talking about or not?
I have no idea.
Okay, so Jimmy Butler, he's a basketball player. He used to play for the Chicago Bulls. Now he plays for the Miami Heat though. But like he's going with like an emo hairstyle. It's hilarious.
Send me a meme of his on Twitter when you can.
I'm gonna share a picture right now.
Look, you gotta see the Stephen A. Smith one. Look, here I'm gonna pull it up.
Yeah, send it to me so I can share that one also. But okay, hold on. Let's see. I'm gonna share this right now. Oh my god! I bet he's gonna start ranting about the Dallas Cowboys, right? With that hair also.
God. Wait, hold on. Let me see if I can flip it.
Horrible. Okay, let me see if I can share the screen. That just looks horrible.
Why does he have a Karen haircut?
So this is him right now, but he usually has like dreads or like I don't know. I guess long hair. I guess just in general. But I guess he's going through his emo phase. But can you see that?
It looks like he's gonna be in a Vidal Sassoon commercial.
Oh yeah, there's like so many TikToks going around with him, like this right here, like this guy's like videos on TikTok, and it's just like a bunch of they make fun of emos basically, but he's going for that look.
X is the go-to place for this type of stuff.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you're right about that. But now we'll stay off of that for now.
I sent you a DM on there.
Oh yeah, let me stop sharing this really quick. Hold on. How's it going with you, Latrell? By the way, what have you been up to, man?
Like I said, I just dropped the scooter off in this one shop in Chicago. But there's this one business out there. It's called Electric Scooter Chicago LLC. Couldn't get more basic than that. But I scheduled an appointment. And the website said it was like $25 to get it inspected. And then I actually got there. And then the dude was talking about it's $75 to look at it. And when I looked on the website, it said $25. And then I mentioned the website. He was just like, he was just real rude and standoffish. And he was a black dude. I'm like, my own people, man. But he was like,
he was being an Uncle Ruckus over here.
Yeah, basically. Shit. Yeah. But he was just like, the website's being updated. Like he just didn't even want to talk to me or something. He's the owner of the shop.
Oh my god.
And he's just like, yeah, I don't know, man. The whole the attitude.
He probably don't like young people.
Huh?
He probably don't like younger people.
He don't like people, period. He probably don't like his life, from what it seems.
Let's see. Let's get this photo back up here really quick. Oh god, that's hilarious. I would love to see him.
They shaved off Stephen A. Smith's beard in that picture.
Probably photoshopped it off. Yeah, if you look at it, he has like lip piercings on.
Yeah, look at Stephen A. Yeah, he got all those rings.
He's got like studs on his eyebrows. That's freaking hilarious, dude. Honestly. All right, now I have to go and search. Yeah, now I gotta go in search of those Jimmy Butler TikTok videos. Hopefully, I don't get banned over here on live.
Yeah, I meant Stephen A. Smith. My bad.
All right, hold on 1 second.
You was right with that hairstyle.
Yeah. I'm waiting for Latrell to throw out his emo phase also. You know what? But it's funny, but the look actually works for Jimmy Butler, dude. Honestly,
bro. Speaking of emo,
it doesn't.
I think so.
Did Darby Allin have his nails painted pink?
Has he? You said? I think he did at.
He did in the match.
He did in the match, yeah. Which I mean, well, I mean, I don't really care. That doesn't really matter. The guy was married to Gigi Dolin. I don't know if you guys are familiar with her.
Not at all.
Oh yeah, go. Oh, I'll send you a pic later. She's an NXT female roster person right now.
I don't care that he wore the nails, but they don't match his outfit. I'm just saying.
Oh yeah, well, did you want him to dress in pink or what?
Well, you got a match.
Yeah. Let's see if I can find the Jimmy Butler videos over here. 1 second. I'm sorry, guys. Okay, I want the ones with the music. That's hilarious. Oh god. Okay, no, I don't think I can share these just because they're two. Okay, here's one. I'm gonna share this one really quick. Wait, did I hide this already? Hold on, no, I didn't. The Trizzle getting his electric scooter repaired over here.
Yeah, I mean, there's shops out here, but I don't. Yeah,
I like this one, dude. I don't know why. I like the outfit.
Oh god,
it looks like he's about to go to a dojo.
Right? Yeah, he was kind of dressed up a little bit like that, but I like the ambiance, I guess, or whatever. Okay, back to wrestling.
His hair?
Emo is so 2017.
Oh no, emo goes way longer than that. I don't think he colored his hair. It's just
but emo that was like peak emo. I feel. Recent.
Yeah, probably. Yeah,
that emo shit.
You know how TikTok is.
Emo shit when I was in middle school.
Yeah.
You know how TikTok is. They'll like bring trends. Like remember when TikTok brought back they said flip phones or retro or something.
Oh yeah.
But the thing is that I don't think emo ever really fell off.
I mean, I don't see emo as much. I know a couple emo people, but it ain't nowhere near as. I feel like it was a trend. I don't know. Like I feel like it's not really a trend, but you know what I'm saying. Like
yeah,
as trends.
Yeah, I mean it's one of those phases I think that people go through in high school. I think when I was in high school, phase. I think when I was in high school, it was more there was punks and emos, but there was more like metalheads than anything else. I think. At least
still got those Jinko jeans.
Oh yeah, dude! I had a pair when I was in junior high, dude. They were the shiznit. If you know what I mean.
I love the logo. I didn't care for the actual pants.
They were the shiznit.
I'm gonna kick you off your own live stream.
Oh god. For shizzle dizzle, that's what I'm gonna
say. Mike used to be emo himself. He wore a choker, black lipstick, spiky hair, and he used to throw up the rock sign with his hands.
I did used to have a mohawk in high school. Okay, a little mohawk.
You did?
Yeah, a little bit. Not too much.
Please tell me there's a picture somewhere.
Nowhere on social media that I know about.
You better find it in your gallery because I'm gonna need to see it.
Oh, I'm not gonna show it to you. Sorry.
Yes,
sir.
You are. Come on. Come on.
I'm
See,
good.
Now don't bother me. I'm gonna text you every single damn day. I'm gonna be like, "Where's that mohawk picture?"
Good thing. There's some mute options on chat, so it's whatever. But
or I can just hack your iCloud, when all the celebrities got their iCloud hacked.
Now you could do that, but I don't keep any of that stuff on iCloud, so I use PhotoBucket.
Oh, thanks for letting me know.
Dude, PhotoBucket?
That's an old school.
That's like me using AOL still.
That's like me using Dropbox. Dude.
Some people still use all that, but you'd be surprised, especially the emails.
AOL. I still use AOL and Yahoo.
I use Yahoo still, yeah. I mean, Yahoo, I use like the Yahoo Finance, and I read up on the news also using Yahoo.
I use Yahoo Mail, and I get some of their I read on some of their stories.
Yeah, I mean, I think they're still pretty legit when it comes to all that. So, and especially like their media. Okay, guys, going back to the topic at hand, wrestling. Right? If I can go back to the chat here because I completely forgot what the heck we were talking about. We got distracted with Jimmy B's hair over here. We were on topic number 5, LA Knight, which again, I think it should wait, but I think we need to see what feuds he could be in. Going on from LA Knight, though, number 6, MJF, the 2024 bidding war. Is it a work or a shoot?
I think it's a bit of both.
Yeah.
Because his contract really is coming up. I think in February. Mm-hmm. And I can almost guarantee you that WWE will want him. But I think Tony will actually fight to keep him.
Yeah, I think, if this person is going to be as big as they say he is, right, which I'm not speculating whether he's going to stay in AEW or go to WWE. We'll see. I don't think his style, as far as like the way he presents himself in the ring, is WWE friendly, especially, in the PG era. I don't think it would work in WWE. Of course, I would love to see him, have mic wars with a bunch of different people, but really, who in WWE besides, I guess, I don't know, The Rock are as good on the mic as him, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Nakamura.
I don't know. Who?
Nakamura.
Well, he'll cut his promo in Japanese, that's for sure. But right, Latrell, are you familiar with MJF, aka Maxwell Jacob Friedman? He is the AEW World Heavyweight Champion currently.
Yeah,
and he's also the highest rising star in professional wrestling, and better than you, and you know it.
Oh God.
yeah. White dude.
Okay, that's a good reaction. So he doesn't.
A young dude, man.
Do you know that MJF got banned from HEB?
Oh my God!
Because he said nothing.
No, you're lying, right?
No, he
said he went and he got into it with the store manager at Mike's store, and he said, "Here, everything isn't better. I'm better than here, and you know it."
Oh God. Well, anyways,
everybody's around like World Star.
We'll see. Now that the TK and WWE merger has happened, right, and they have been laying off a lot of roster talents, including not just roster talents but backstage talents. We'll see if WWE makes the move on him. I don't think it will happen. I think it is just a work, or again, like you say, a bit of both. Work and a shoot, to the point where he's just doing it just to kind of get some sort of publicity out of it.
Leverage,
so that he can. And I think Tony Khan is a complete idiot in like letting him speak on shit like that, I guess, because what other talent is going to talk about what they make or, re-signing with them, etc. like that, like Jade Cargill, for instance. You never once heard her say, "I'm leaving the company" or anything like that, right? She quietly did let her contract expire. She moved on, right? She wasn't, trying to blow it up and embarrass the boss, basically. I think that's what he's doing. I think he's embarrassing Tony Khan. Tony Cocaine over here.
Tony Concane.
Tony Concane, yes. So
dude, Tony's embarrassing himself too.
Yeah. Yep. I agree. I think Tony, to a certain degree, is embarrassing himself, not just, when he presents himself in the ring or in front of a camera, but just in general with the talent, like, and the whole, just going back to the whole CM Punk fiasco, the whole elite thing and everything like that. I just think it was embarrassing on his part. I honestly felt a little bad for him, but then again, I thought, well, I shouldn't feel bad for him because he's the boss and he should have did something about it. He should have fucking put his foot down, and did something. So I don't know. Latrizzle.
Yeah. Oh, I was talking. My mic was muted. My bad.
Oh no, that's fine. Your mic is very good, by the way.
MJF is opening his own grocery store, by the way, Mike. Oh
really? What's he gonna call it?
Here, MJF is better.
Oh my god. gonna have to turn off my camera just because I don't want my red face to show up here. But yeah, so we'll see what happens. I don't think personally, I think he's gonna stay in AEW, especially if they want him to feud with a guy like Adam Edge Copeland, whatever you want to call him, right? But really, there's not much of talent that he could really work with. I know that he had a list of people that he did want to go through. He's already kind of burned through a lot of that talent. Going through that, it's like, okay, he could feud again with, Adam Page, maybe guys like Keith Lee or Swerve. I think Swerve. What, you don't like Swerve or what?
Oh, I love Swerve.
Yeah, I like
the guy you
Swerve.
mentioned before him.
The dumbass Adam Page.
Oh, well, screw him, but Keith Lee.
Oh, Keith Lee, yeah.
AKA the human Paddington.
Yeah.
The what?
You know who Paddington is, right?
Oh.
Paddington the bear?
Mm-hmm. No. Okay. I'm not familiar, but yeah. Well, yeah, let's just say Keith Lee's AEW presence has not been... I don't know. They should just throw him in Ring of Honor or something like that.
His first match was good. I think it was against Ricky Starks, if I'm not mistaken.
I mean, he had a few...
He threw him like halfway across the ring. No, look, I don't have an issue with Keith Lee, but I cannot stand his monotone voice.
Oh.
It's like an offbeat bass line.
Yeah, well, he's never been a guy to be cutting like long or extensive promos anyway. So, I mean, that's that.
But I like how he works.
He's a good worker, I mean,
booked him like Vader.
A lot of people,
Bam Bam Bigelow.
A lot of people said when he came in that he would had the potential to be the first black, AEW champion. You know what I mean? So it's just like now Swerve is more in the conversation there. Latrell getting a little good night kiss from his mother, I'm assuming there.
No.
Or I don't know. This is a lady friend maybe visiting.
Don't worry about it.
Oh God, I don't know. I didn't get a good look. I just kind of saw it in the corner of my eye. I was trying to be respectful there. So.
Oh God, no, you good.
Anyways, we can talk about that later. But yeah. So Swerve Strickland seems to be the guy that's kind of going in the ranks as far as that goes. And I'm a fan. I don't know. Are you familiar with Swerve Strickland, Latrell, or no?
Me, no.
Okay. Well, he
he just did a music video with some guy that does a couple of AEW themes.
Strickland?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Well, yeah. Anyways, he was in WWE. He didn't really last on the main roster that long before he got cut at the beginning of COVID. Basically, I think he was one of those guys that were cut. Unfortunately, he was doing indies for a little bit, and then AEW picked him up. He's been there for about a year and a half, but it's been kind of a slow build. He had a little bit of a feud with Keith Lee. To me, though, he's got like a very good look. As far as the in-ring work, I think he could do it. Like, there's no issues there. Promos, I think he still needs to work on promos a little bit, but the feuds that he's been having have been kind of elevating him a little bit. And I can really see him as the first like ever black AEW champion if TK ever gives him that shot, basically.
I still don't know how I feel about AEW.
Well, I think it's a niche show. And I'm sure Mill Hustles could agree there that I think it's the show for the hardcore fans.
Yeah,
the extremely big hardcore fans. I don't want to, try to insult anybody or anything because I watch AEW, right? So I guess you could consider me but I don't watch every single show. I don't watch Rampage. I don't watch Collision. I really just kind of strictly watch Dynamite. I try to keep up with it.
I know you really love to watch every single show, but you got to work,
my HEB's got to keep me busy. It sounded like Latrell was going to say something. What did you have to say, boss?
No, I was just saying right because I know how HEB keep you busy.
Yeah,
on that end.
I'll be working late tomorrow.
Still do Walmart Spark?
Yeah, I was doing some orders today. I only did a couple. I try to do like 3 to 5 a day just to make that extra, little bit of cash. You know how it goes.
Mm-hmm.
You know how it goes.
But Mike did a 4 a.m. shift, as you mentioned earlier.
Yeah, that's why I don't look tired.
Sleepy. Latrell, he's so tired. He had a Spark order and he went to HEB by accident to pick it up.
Shut up. That has never happened. Okay. All right. Moving on. Next topic here. I think we only got one more, and then we can just leave it to open discussion, whatever you guys want to talk about. AEW finally avoiding the WWE name as shown in the WrestleDream media scrum. You have to explain that to me, Mil Hustles. What do you mean?
Yeah, how many companies have taken shots at the WWE over the years when they're new?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But that's not what this is about.
Yeah.
I think that because of the new merger, they have to be extra careful. I mean, WWE has always been big on copyright infringement.
Yeah.
But I think that they have to be extra careful now about that. Oh,
yeah. And I'm pretty sure they are they're doing what they need to do to keep specific names in WWE before TK decides to steal them. You know what I mean? Like pay-per-view names. And so that's such, a lot of people were saying that like WrestleDream was supposed to be like kind of like a kick to WrestleMania, I guess. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I said that.
I thought that was a stupid ass name. If I could be 100% honest, dude. Like
you can't.
I thought it was a dumbass name.
Come on, dude.
Yeah, I don't know. Like this is a company that has pay-per-views like called Full Gear and Double or Nothing, All In, All Out. More. I really wish they would have like stuck to the kind of like the Vegas themed I guess pay-per-view names, I guess. Or something, that was like...
one thing is I've noticed, in my opinion, the companies not named WWE have better pay-per-view names. In a lot of cases.
Yeah.
Impact.
Yeah, Impact has some awesome good wrestling. Names. Yeah, they do.
Ring of Honor had some good names. ECW had some good names. WCW.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, of course, WWE was able to get the rights to a lot of those WCW names. They use most of them for the NXT brand now.
Yep, and the ECW
one. I believe. Yeah. But it's like when you have 14 pay-per-views a year or premium live events, it's like, okay, do you really need that many names?
Yeah.
I think WWE should just really care about their big 4 or their big 5 names and not give a shit about the other ones. But I mean, I guess you're always going to have ones like Money in the Bank or like Night of Champions or, so stuff like that, I guess.
Let me ask you something. What's a more busy premium live event at HEB? Thanksgiving or Black Friday?
I think you know the answer to that, but it's going to be Thanksgiving, sir, because HEB does not sell any electronics. So, they do in some of the stores, but...
I like Money in the Bank. I don't know. That's just me, though.
Yeah, Money in the Bank, I think, is still going to... I really wish they got rid of the pay-per-view altogether, and they just kind of took it back and put it back, just in a pay-per-view, like at WrestleMania. For instance, because WrestleMania kind of made what that match is, and I just think that it should just kind of stick to those type of roots, especially now that WrestleMania is a 2-night event, right? Like, why do you need a pay-per-view called Money in the Bank, right? Now, granted, of course, now they have male and female matches for everything. So you have the male and female Royal Rumble, you have the male and female Money in the Bank ladder match, right? You have male and female Hell in a Cell matches, which I think, I guess the good portion is they did get rid of Hell in a Cell as the pay-per-view or premium live event name. We're not seeing that now. We're just kind of seeing that now as special attraction, and it'll happen whenever it happens.
Great Balls of Fire.
Great Balls of Fire. Well, the next one is what? This Saturday, Fastlane.
Is it?
Yeah. So yeah, and every now and then they'll mix them up and they'll throw Fastlane was, I remember, a pay-per-view that they had at the beginning of the year, and now they're moving it to this coming month, which is October, and then you have Survivor Series, which is one of the big 4 pay-per-views in November, right? And who knows? I don't know if they're gonna have a December event. Usually, back then
they're supposed to make the New Year's Eve shows. Yeah. Like they're booking it like they want it to be like the fifth big. They want to have a big 5 basically.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I feel like the Saudi events are like part of like those big events now, I guess. And now that they're starting to go abroad and starting to have shows like, in England, I think they have one planned in Australia next year that they're, they had one in Puerto Rico, that Puerto Rico show was big, I don't know if you guys saw that one, the one with Bad Bunny. But that was a pretty big event. If you didn't watch it, go and watch his fucking Bad Bunny's just his entrance at the beginning, dude. The crowd was fucking going crazy, dude. It was nuts.
Yeah, I love Bad Bunny.
Hometown hero.
Yeah, like that was that. I respect Bad Bunny. I don't love his music to a certain extent. Like I think his music is all right, but like the fact that he can come in and do these events when he can or whenever he wants, you know what I mean? I think that's pretty badass, and it puts more eyes in WWE. Also, like you're never gonna see shit like that in AEW, at least not right now. And I know Tony Khan had like Shaquille O'Neal, in one of the first shows. I think him and when Jay debuted, she debuted with Shaquille O'Neal. But you really haven't seen like him bring like a lot of celebrities.
Yeah, I saw Bad Bunny and Money in the Bank. That was actually pretty cool. See, that was the first time I seen.
Yeah, I think that was the event, the Money in the Bank event. He was the main event, and that was the
event. He did pretty good at his WrestleMania debut, or his debut match.
Yeah, I think, and he's been in a few Royal Rumble spots as well, right? So I can't wait to see what the fuck next match he has. Maybe
I hope that they bring Peso Pluma to WWE event.
Peso Pluma, is he another artist that I'm not aware of?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm not too familiar with Peso Pluma.
His music is jamming. His music is jamming. Check him out.
You'll send me a link. But yeah, now that we're done with those topics at hand, we can leave it to open discussion if you guys want. Anything you guys want to bring up as far as the wrestling world goes.
Yeah. I heard the iPhone gets so hot that they're going to start using it as a weapon.
It's not wrestling.
Oh my god. He's like, we're going to start throwing iPhones with fucking Logan Paul over here.
He said, finally, we're done with wrestling.
Hey, they'll make the ring explode.
Yeah, Logan Paul's going to use his iPhone and he's going to smack somebody in the head with his iPhone 15 Pro Max. And
he has to let it heat up first.
He's going to let it explode on somebody in a match. Speaking of Logan Paul, he has really
what kind of WWE match is it?
I was on Ancestry.com and I searched for the iPhone 15 Pro Max and it's a descendant of the Note 7.
Oh my god.
Is that gonna be a Monday Night Raw next Monday?
Who knows? It might be on Collision instead, on AEW or something like that. That would be funny.
Nah, man. If you're gonna do that, you might as well put it on WWE, not AEW. Go all the way, man.
Right.
Don't you love my random story jokes? What I just say, I just completely make shit up. Like
just like all the time.
MJF with your boss,
which is all the time. Yeah, but I like them. They keep me awake, so keep it going. I had to turn off my camera because I'm literally like with my I'm leaning on my fucking chin over here. I'm kind of half asleep here, but I can still hear you guys, so it's all good.
Don't believe him,
Y'all need to add some freaking avatars over here or something like that. It's like
I don't use this shit, man. I'll use Restream.
It's the same thing. You can do the same thing.
Nah. He's eating Burger King tacos. That's why he don't want to show me.
I was at Jack in the Box earlier, and I was actually tempted to get some of their tacos.
You jacking off? Yeah, that's crazy.
So, anyways, Gene G Jr. here says, yes, I can't wait for Seth Rollins' The Last Man Standing match on Saturday, which will be this Saturday at Fastlane. This is how the Last Man Standing match could be a career-ending match for Seth. Yeah, who knows? I think he's going to hold on to the title at least until one of the next big 4 pay-per-views, maybe Survivor Series or the Royal Rumble. Injured? I don't know if he's injured or not. Honestly, they did make mention that he has a bad back right now. I don't know if that's playing in, but he's still fucking wrestling.
Okay, it's not the pain in the ass.
Yeah, he's been having less matches ever since the last his last I guess feud with Nakamura. He really hasn't been wrestling. He's just been kind of showing up and throwing promos the last couple of weeks. His wife though, Becky Lynch. I don't know if you guys watched No Mercy this past weekend on Saturday, but apparently she had a banger match with Tiffany Stratton. So, and I like Tiffany. I don't know if you guys are familiar with her. She's basically like a Barbie, I guess, version of, I don't know. I wouldn't compare her to Charlotte Flair, but I think she's very polished in the ring for what she can do. And I think she's going to be like the next big name coming out of NXT as far as the female division goes. And I think it's interesting because she kind of just overshadowed like girls that they were kind of using, like people like what's her face from Laredo, Booker
I don't
T.
watch the female
Raquel, or not Raquel?
Not Raquel. I was gonna say Cora Jade. Who?
Roxanne Perez.
Yeah, Roxanne Perez. They really, I don't think they really have been doing anything with her lately.
I don't know why, dude. She's good.
They put the title on her, and they had her drop the title due to some angle, which I think it was just BS. So we'll see. I don't know, dude. And they put after forget who had the title after that. Mandy Rose had the title. They fired her ass because she had an OnlyFans or something like that. Oh, am I gonna get canceled? Am I gonna get canceled over here,
bro? Surprised Alexa Bliss ain't hop on that yet.
Oh, dude, she ain't gonna be on there. She's having a baby, man. She got knocked out.
Oh yeah, you ain't lying about that.
Yeah, if she ever left the company, though, you never know. We could see that happening. But let's see. Gene says he even said it last night in the ring with Michael Cole that he does need that he has a bad back. Yeah, let's see what else we got here. I don't follow NXT. I follow Raw and SmackDown. Yeah, I don't really follow NXT either, but I guess because they've been kind of pushing over some of the main talent roster to NXT. Like Dom, he was the North American champion, and then now Becky Lynch is the NXT Women's Champion. It's kind of trying. I think they're trying to put a little more eyes on NXT. I think what they're trying to do is they're trying to get higher ratings than Dynamite on Wednesdays. So that they can say, hey, we at least beat Dynamite on Wednesdays, even if it's on another day. So who knows?
They should change the name of Dynamite to Bombed.
Oh gosh.
And Collision to Trainwreck.
Welcome to Trainwreck. This is Excalibur, and
Didn't he do Collision just for CM Punk?
Who? Excalibur?
Tony.
I'm not 100% sure. I know the commentary team was Kevin Kelly at the beginning. I don't know if they're still using him or not, because I don't think it was very it was a very good transition, So I think they ended up using Ian Riccaboni, who was the ROH guy.
Where?
On Collision. But again, I don't know, and I know they've been kind of going back and forth with like Shivani and whoever else. I guess I don't even fucking know.
I get the name. What is it? Riccaboni?
Ian Riccaboni, yeah.
I get it confused with Rich Bikini, who used to be Rich Brennan.
Yeah,
I get the name confused.
I liked Rich Brennan. I think he was a former WWE guy, also, right?
Yeah.
He was I think NXT. I don't know I think he did a little bit of SmackDown as well, to my knowledge. He was good though. I liked him, and I actually know a guy that did backstage interviews. He lives down here where I live. That was NXT. I forget his NXT name, but his real name is Alex Del Barrio. Forget who he went by. He went by Alex something on NXT though. But he was like a backstage interview guy also. I think he did a little bit of commentary. This was like before like NXT got like big though. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
this was the Tom Phillip days. You know what I mean? And he didn't have a lot of good things to say about Tom Phillips. I'll tell you that much.
Oh shit!
Yeah, I interviewed him one time, or me and my one of my buddies, we interviewed him one time, and he was talking about his NXT experiences and everything like that. So. Latrizzle, are you still there?
Yeah, I'm still here.
Okay, yeah, sorry, man. How's it going? What are you working on your YouTube channels, dog?
I mean, I'm gonna edit a video after this.
Okay, yeah, sounds good.
Yeah, I just been busy just running around, really.
I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna end up selling my Pixel 7 Pro probably, so I can maybe get like my hands on like the Pixel 7a, or maybe I can use that to buy the 8 Pro, I guess, or maybe even just the Pixel 8. You know, just so I can get my hands on it. You know, now that I'm no longer a part of Team Pixel, hashtag Team Pixel, by the way. Yeah, LOL.
You sure about that though? You still could be on.
I got an email from them actually the other day, but it was just like some like news email. It wasn't like the surprise email that, you know, people usually
So
get.
you're still on Team Pixel.
Yeah.
They're sending you a date.
Yeah, they sent me a newsletter saying like, hey, Team Pixel, blah blah blah. Tune in on Instagram on Tuesday. Google Pixel US every Tuesday, blah blah. But it doesn't really mention like anything else. It just says that they basically that they're sharing like photos and shit of people that are posting that are from Team Pixel and whatnot. So, but we'll see. We will see. I don't know. I mean, I'm not holding my breath. I'm hoping that, you know, I'm not forgotten, but, you know, maybe I'll just still cover stuff about the Pixel 7 Pro and just do that for now. I have it on Android, like what, 14? Is it 14 beta? I think I need to. Once the 8 Pro comes out, I'm gonna take it off the beta though.
Well, I'm out of here, bro.
Yeah, same here, guys. I really appreciate y'all being here. You know, hopefully we can get Latrizzle in. We'll talk about maybe a little bit of Raw and SmackDown the next time, right? This was more like AEW related content because of Edge's signing to AEW, so it was more about that. But yeah, I mean, if you're following Raw and SmackDown, Latrizzle, we'll get you on the next one, man, and we'll see what we can talk about.
Yeah, I got you, man. I got you.
All right, fellas. Thank you all who watched. Gene, shout out to you. Shout out to everyone that joined in tonight, and you all have a great night. Thank you for watching.
Later, fellas.